أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال فما خطبكم أيها المرسلون؟ قالوا إنا أرسلنا إلى قوم مجرمين لنرسل عليهم حجارة من طين مسومة عند ربك للمسرفين فأخرجنا من كان فيها من المؤمنين فما وجدنا فيها غير بيت من المسلمين فتركنا فيها آية للذين يخافون العذاب الأليم. وفي موسى إذ أرسلناه إلى فرعون بسلطان مبين فتولى بركنه وقال ساحر أو مجنون فأخذناه وجنوده فنبذناهم في اليم وهو مليم. وفي عاد إذ أرسلنا عليهم الريح العقيم ما تذر من شيء أتت عليه إلا جعلته كالرميم. وفي ثمود إذ قيل لهم تمتعوا حتى حين فعتوا عن أمر ربهم فأخذتهم الصاعقة وهم ينظرون فما استطاعوا من قيام وما كانوا منتصرين. وقوم نوح من قبل إنهم كانوا قوما فاسقين. والسماء بنيناها بأيد وإنا لموسعون والأرض فرشناها فنعم الماهدون. ومن كل شيء خلقنا زوجين لعلكم تذكرون. ففروا إلى الله إني لكم منه نذير مبين. ولا تجعلوا مع الله إلها آخر إني لكم منه نذير مبين.
31. He, Abraham, said, "Then after that, what is your concern, O you heavenly envoys?" 32. They said, "Indeed, we have been sent to a people who are all criminals." 33. So that we may send upon them stones of baked clay. 34. Marked out in your Lord's presence for the destruction of people wasteful of their God-given faculties and committing excesses. 35. We brought out such as were therein of the believers. 36. But we did not find there any but a single house of Muslims, those wholly submitted to God. 37. We left there a clear sign of the truth of God's messages for those who fear the painful punishment. 38. And in the exemplary experience of Moses too, there is a clear sign. We sent him as messenger to the Pharaoh with an evident authority. 39. But the Pharaoh turned away from our message together with his hosts and said, Moses is either a sorcerer or one possessed. 40. So we seized him and his hosts and hurled them into the sea. And he was self-accused, remorseful too late when he was drowning. 41. And also in the illustrative history of the tribe of Ad, there is a clear sign when we sent upon them the devastating wind. 42. It spared nothing that it reached, but it made it like ashes. 43. And also in the illustrative history of the tribe of Thamud, there is a clear sign when they were given respite, and it was said to them, enjoy life for a little while. 44. But they rebelled against their Lord's decree, so the thunderbolt, along with the blast, seized them even while they were looking on. 45. They were not able to rise up, still less escaped the punishment, nor were they able to receive help. 46. And we had destroyed the people of Noah before. They were a people transgressing God's bounds. 47. And the heaven, we have constructed it mightily, and it is surely we who have vast power and keep expanding it. 48. And the earth, we have spread it out like a couch, and how excellent we are in spreading it out. 49. And all things we have created in pairs, so that you may reflect and be mindful. 50. So flee to refuge in God. I'm surely a plain warner to you from him. 51. And do not set up another deity besides God. I am surely a plain warner to you from him.
كذلك ما أتى الذين من قبلهم من رسول إلا قالوا ساحر أو مجنون أتواصوا به بل هم قوم طاغون فتول عنهم فما أنت بملوم وذكر فإن الذكرى تنفع المؤمنين وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون ما أريد منهم من رزق وما أريد أن يطعمون إن الله هو الرزاق ذو القوة المتين فإن للذين ظلموا ذنوبا مثل ذنوب أصحابهم فلا يستعجلون فويل للذين كفروا من يومهم الذي يوعدون بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والطور وكتاب مسطور في رق منشور والبيت المعمور والسقف المرفوع والبحر المسجور إن عذاب ربك لواقع ما له من دافع يوم تمر السماء مورا وتسير الجبال سيرا فويل يومئذ للمكذبين الذين هم في خوض يلعبون يوم يدعون إلى نار جهنم دعا هذه النار التي كنتم بها تكذبون.
"52. Similarly, no messenger came to the peoples who lived before them, but they said of him in like manner, a sorcerer or one possessed. 53. Have they bequeathed this to one another by way of response? They were indeed a rebellious people. 54. So turn away from disputing with them, and you are not to be blamed for doing so. 55. But remind and warn, for reminding and warning are of benefit to the believers. 56. I have not created the jinn and humankind, but to know and to worship me exclusively. 57. I demand of them no provision, nor do I demand that they should feed me. 58. Surely God, it is He who is the all-providing, Lord of all might, and the all-forceful. 59. So surely those who commit the greatest wrong, namely not believing in and worshiping God or associating partners with Him in worship, will have their share of the punishment like the share of their fellows of old who were destroyed. Then let them not ask me to hasten it. 60. Then woe to those who disbelieve because of their day with which they are threatened. Surah 52, At-Tur, Mount Sinai. In the name of God, the all-merciful, the all-compassionate. 1. By the Mount Sinai. 2. And by a book inscribed. 3. In parchments outstretched. 4. And by Beit al-Mamur, the house continuously frequented. 5, and by the canopy of heaven raised high. 6, and by the sea kept filled and ready to overflow. 7, the punishment of your Lord will certainly take place. 8, there is none that can avert it. 9, on that day, the heaven will be convulsed violently. 10, and the mountains will move away with an awesome movement. 11, woe then on that day to those who deny God's message and the messengers. 12, those who are habitually playing, absorbed in vanities. 13, on that day they will be forcefully thrust into the fire of hell. 14, this is the fire which you used to deny.
أفسحر هذا أم أنتم لا تبصرون اصلوها فاصبروا أو لا تصبروا سواء عليكم إنما تجزون ما كنتم تعملون إن المتقين في جنات ونعيم فاكهين بما آتاهم ربهم ووقاهم ربهم عذاب الجحيم كلوا واشربوا هنيئا بما كنتم تعملون متكئين على سرر مصفوفة وزوجناهم بحور عين والذين آمنوا واتبعتهم ذريتهم بإيمان ألحقنا بهم ذريتهم وما ألتناهم من عملهم من شيء كل امرئ بما كسب رهين وأمددناهم بفاكهة ولحم مما يشتهون يتنازعون فيها كأسا لا لغو فيها ولا تأثيم ويطوف عليهم غلمان لهم كأنهم لؤلؤ مكنون وأقبل بعضهم على بعض يتساءلون قالوا إنا كنا قبل في أهلنا مشفقين فمن الله علينا ووقانا عذاب السموم إنا كنا من قبل ندعوه إنه هو البر الرحيم فذكر فما أنت بنعمة ربك بكاهن ولا مجنون أم يقولون شاعر نتربص به ريب المنون قل تربصوا فإني معكم من المتربصين.
15. Is this sorcery? For you used to deride the revelation as sorcery. Or is it that you do not see, so that for you it is something illusory? 16. Suffer the heat of it now. Bear it patiently, or do not bear it patiently. It is all the same to you. You are only being recompensed for all that you used to do in the world. 17. The God-revering pious ones will surely be in gardens and bliss. 18. Enjoying all that their Lord will grant them by his grace and in recompense for their good deeds. And their Lord has protected them from the punishment of the blazing flame. 19. Eat and drink to your heart's content for all that you used to do in the world. 20. They will recline on thrones arranged, and we have assigned for them maidens pure and beautiful of eye. 21. Those who have believed and their offspring have followed them in faith. We will unite them with their offspring, even though the faith of the latter may not be of the same degree as that of the former, and we will not decrease the reward of their deeds in anything because of their being united with their offspring. Every person will enjoy according to what he has earned. 22. And we will provide them with fruit and meat, one meal after the other, such as they desire. 23. There will pass among one another a cup, wherein is a drink inciting neither false, foolish talk nor sin. 24. And there will go round them boy servants attending on them, so pure as hidden pearls. 25. Some of them will move closer to others, asking about their affairs in the world and how they were admitted to paradise. 26. They say, we used to be, when amongst our families, indeed most apprehensive before, most careful and alert for the guidance and eternal life of our family members. 27. Then God bestowed his favor upon us and protected us from the punishment of the scorching fire penetrating through the skin. 28. We used to worship and invoke him alone before. Surely he is the all benign, the all compassionate, especially to his believing servants. 29. So, O messenger, continue to preach and remind by God's grace. You are not a soothsayer nor one possessed. 30. Or do they say of him, a poet, jinn possessed? We wait for him some calamity ahead. 31. Say, wait on, for I am waiting with you, although I hope for a different outcome.
أم تأمرهم أحلامهم بهذا أم هم قوم طاغون أم يقولون تقوله بل لا يؤمنون فليأتوا بحديث مثله إن كانوا صادقين أم خلقوا من غير شيء أم هم الخالقون أم خلقوا السماوات والأرض بل لا يوقنون أم عندهم خزائن ربك أم هم المسيطرون أم لهم سلم يستمعون فيه فليأت مستمعهم بسلطان مبين أم له البنات ولكم البنون أم تسألهم أجرا فهم من مغرم مثقلون أم عندهم الغيب فهم يكتبون أم يريدون كيدا فالذين كفروا هم المكيدون أم لهم إله غير الله سبحان الله عما يشركون وإن يروا كسفا من السماء ساقطا يقولوا سحاب مركوم فذرهم حتى يلاقوا يومهم الذي فيه يصعقون يوم لا يغني عنهم كيدهم شيئا ولا هم ينصرون وإن للذين ظلموا عذابا دون ذلك ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون واصبر لحكم ربك فإنك بأعيننا وسبح بحمد ربك حين تقوم ومن الليل فسبح وإدبار النجوم.
32. Do their minds urge them to such absurd falsehoods, or are they a people in the habit of being rebellious and outrageous? 33. Or do they say, he forges it and then attributes the Qur'an to God? No, indeed. Rather, they make such claims because they have no will to believe. If they really believe such a book can be forged, then let them produce a discourse like it if they are truthful in their claims. 35. Or were they created without anything being before them, or out of something different than the basic material of all creation, so that they know things others do not? Or are they the creators of themselves, so that they can maintain themselves and are free in their acts? 36. Or did they create the heavens and the earth so that their sovereignty belongs to them? No, indeed. Rather, they have no certain knowledge about creation, humankind, and the basic facts concerning them. 37. Or are the treasures of your Lord at their disposal so that they provide for creation however they will, and choose whomever they will as messenger, and send down to him whatever book they will? Or have they been given authority over them so that they can prevail upon God to send them a message and messenger that suits their interests? 38. Or do they have a ladder by which, having climbed to heaven, they overhear the secrets of heaven, confirming their stand against the messenger and the Qur'an? Then let their eavesdropper produce some clear authority to prove what he claims to have heard. 39. Or do you, in your absurdity, attribute to him children, so that for him there are daughters whom you yourselves foolishly disdain, while for you there are sons? 40. Or is it that you, O messenger, ask them for a wage concerning God's religion to them, so that they are crushed under debt? 41. Or do they have the knowledge of the unseen and the supreme, ever preserved tablet, so that they write down the decrees, determining all events and stipulating a way of life for others to follow? 42. Or do they intend a plot to entrap you so as to defeat your mission? Yet it is those who disbelieve who are entrapped in so plotting, because they deny themselves God's blessings in both worlds. 43. Or do they have a deity other than God, to whom in vain you look to sustain and help and protect you? All glorified is he, in that he is absolutely exalted above whatever of what they associate as partners with him. 44. So obstinate are they in rejecting the truth, that if they saw a piece of the sky falling down on them, they would say, "This is only a heap of clouds," for they cannot conceive that it may be a punishment for their obstinate denial. 45. So leave them until they meet their day when they will be struck dead. 46. The day when their scheming will avail them nothing, nor will they be helped. 47. And surely for those who commit the greatest wrong through unbelief or associating partners with God and resisting the conveying of his religion, there is another punishment that, besides that, but most of them do not know. 48. So wait patiently for your Lord's judgment, for you are under our eyes, under our care and protection, and glorify your Lord with his praise when you rise up to pray. 49. And in the nighttime, also glorify him, and at the retreat of the stars.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والنجم إذا هوى ما ضل صاحبكم وما غوى وما ينطق عن الهوى إن هو إلا وحي يوحى علمه شديد القوى ذو مرة فاستوى وهو بالأفق الأعلى ثم دنا فتدلى فكان قاب قوسين أو أدنى فأوحى إلى عبده ما أوحى ما كذب الفؤاد ما رأى أفتمارونه على ما يرى فلقد رآه نزلة أخرى عند سدرة المنتهى عندها جنة المأوى إذ يغشى السدرة ما يغشى ما زاغ البصر وما طغى لقد رأى من آيات ربه الكبرى أفرأيتم اللات والعزى ومناة الثالثة الأخرى ألكم الذكر وله الأنثى تلك إذا قسمة ضيزى إن هي إلا أسماء سميتموها أنتم وآباؤكم ما أنزل الله بها من سلطان إن يتبعون إلا الظن وما تهوى الأنفس ولقد جاءهم من ربهم الهدى أم للإنسان ما تمنى فلله الآخرة والأولى وكم من ملك في السماوات لا تغني شفاعتهم شيئا إلا من بعد أن يأذن الله لمن يشاء ويرضى.
Surah 53, An-Najm, the star. In the name of God, the All-Merciful, the All-Compassionate. 1. By the star when it goes down. 2. Your companion, the messenger, has neither gone astray nor adopted a wrong way in belief and action. He does not speak on his own, out of his own desire. 4. That which he conveys to you is but a revelation that is revealed to him. 5. One of the forceful might, Gabriel has taught it. 6. One firm with the ability to penetrate and perfect in spirit rose with all his splendor. 7. When he was in the highest part of the horizon. 8. Then he drew near and came close. 9. So he was so near that there was left only the distance between the strings of two bows put adjacent to each other, or even nearer than that. 10. And he revealed to his servant what he revealed. 11. The heart did not contradict what he saw with his eyes. 12. Will you then dispute with him concerning what he saw? 13. Assuredly he saw him during a second descent. 14. By the lote tree of the utmost boundary. 15. Near it is the garden of refuge and dwelling. 16. Meanwhile that was covering the lote tree which was covering it. 17. The sight of the messenger did not swerve so that he looked elsewhere and saw something different, nor did it go wrong so that he might have seen an illusion. 18. Indeed, he saw one among the greatest signs of his Lord. 19. As compared to that, have you considered Al-Lat and Al-Uzza? 20. And the third idol, Al-Manat, what things are these that you concoct? 21. What, for you the males and for him the females? 22. That is an unfair division indeed. 23. They, your false deities, are nothing but made up names that you and your forefathers have invented. God sent no authority for them. They follow only conjecture and that which they themselves lust after. But now there has certainly come to them guidance from their Lord, who has created them and sustains them. 24. Or will human attain whatever he craves? 25. But whatever the human desires, be it to serve his higher good or to serve his carnal appetites, to God belongs the afterlife and the former life. 26. How many an angel there is in the heavens, even supposing they would intercede for a human, whose intercession does not avail at all except after God has given permission to whomever he wills to intercede on behalf of whomever he wills and is pleased with.
إن الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة ليسمون الملائكة تسمية الأنثى وما لهم به من علم إن يتبعون إلا الظن وإن الظن لا يغني من الحق شيئا فأعرض عمن تولى عن ذكرنا ولم يرد إلا الحياة الدنيا ذلك مبلغهم من العلم إن ربك هو أعلم بمن ضل عن سبيله وهو أعلم بمن اهتدى ولله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض ليجزي الذين أساءوا بما عملوا ويجزي الذين أحسنوا بالحسنى الذين يجتنبون كبائر الإثم والفواحش إلا اللمم إن ربك واسع المغفرة وأعلم بكم إذ أنشأكم من الأرض وإذ أنتم أجنة في بطون أمهاتكم فلا تزكوا أنفسكم وأعلم بمن اتقى أفرأيت الذي تولى وأعطى قليلا وأكدى أعنده علم الغيب فهو يرى أم لم ينبأ بما في صحف موسى وإبراهيم الذي وفى ألا تزر وازرة وزر أخرى وأن ليس للإنسان إلا ما سعى وأن سعيه سوف يرى ثم يجزاه الجزاء الأوفى وأن إلى ربك المنتهى وأنه هو أضحك وأبكى وأنه هو أمات وأحيا.
27. It is those who do not believe in the hereafter, who name the angels, whom they regard as God's daughters, with feminine names. 28. They have no knowledge of this. They follow nothing other than conjecture, and conjecture can never substitute for anything of the truth. 29. So withdraw from those who turn away from our book in remembrance and desire nothing but the life of this world. 30. Such is their sum of knowledge, limited by desires of the moment and the falsehoods they have inherited unthinkingly and become used to, limited to the outer surface of things. Surely your Lord knows best him who has gone astray, and he knows best him who goes right, following the straight path to his Lord. 31. To God belongs all that is in the heavens and all that is on the earth. And since he knows best him who has gone astray and him who follows the right path, he will recompense those who do evil with what they have done, and recompense those who do good with the best reward. 32. Those who avoid the major sins and indecent, shameful deeds, which are in fact included in the major sins, only falling into small faults, surely your Lord is of extensive forgiveness. He knows you well when he originates you from the particles of earth, and when you are hidden fetuses in the wombs of your mothers. So do not hold yourselves pure, sinless. It is vain self-justification. He knows best him who keeps from disobedience to God in reverence for him and piety. 33. Have you considered him who turns away from your call? 34. He has given the needy a little, and then he is stern in not giving. 35. Does he have knowledge of the unseen, and so he sees what is to happen in the future? 36. Or has he not been informed of all that is to follow and was in the scrolls of Moses? 37. And of Abraham, who discharged his due, fulfilling all his duties to perfection. 38. That no soul, as bearer of burden, bears and is made to bear the burden of another. 39. And that human has only that for which he labors. 40. And his labor will be brought forth to be seen. 41. And afterward he will be repaid for it with fullest payment. 42. And in your Lord everything ends. 43. And he it is who by his will, power, and creation enables to laugh and to weep, and he it is who causes to die and gives life.
وأنه خلق الزوجين الذكر والأنثى من نطفة إذا تمنى وأن عليه النشأة الأخرى وأنه هو أغنى وأغنى وأنه هو رب الشعرى وأنه أهلك عادا الأولى وثمود فما أبقى وقوم نوح من قبل إنهم كانوا هم أظلم وأطغى والمؤتفكة أهوى فغشاها ما غشا فبأي آلاء ربك تتمارى هذا نذير من النذر الأولى أزفت الآزفة ليس لها من دون الله كاشفة أفمن هذا الحديث تعجبون وتضحكون ولا تبكون وأنتم سامدون فاسجدوا لله واعبدوا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر وإن يروا آية يعرضوا ويقولوا سحر مستمر وكذبوا واتبعوا أهواءهم وكل أمر مستقر ولقد جاءهم من الأنباء ما فيه مزدجر حكمة بالغة فما تغني النذر فتول عنهم يوم يدعو الداعي إلى شيء نكر.
Brothers and sisters, we do have a sajda ayah. Please do not forget to make tilawat sajda for this page. We just read it. Thank you.
45. And he creates the pairs, the male and the female. 46. From a drop of seminal fluid when it is emitted. 47. And he has taken on himself the other bringing forth. 48. And he it is who grants abundant wealth and suffices all need by his providing. 49. And surely he it is who is the Lord of Sirius. 50. And he destroyed the former tribe of Ad. 51. And the tribe of Thamud. He spared no disbelieving criminal among them. 52. And the people of Noah before, surely they were further in wrongdoing and further in rebellion. 53. He also destroyed the overthrown cities of Lot's people. 54. So that there covered them that which covered. 55. Then which of the gifts of your Lord do you dispute about? 56. And this messenger is a warner like the warners of old. 57. That the last hour which is bound to draw near has drawn near. 58. None besides God can disclose it, or remove the dread and suffering it entails. 59. Do you then deem this discourse which enables your eternal salvation strange? 60. And do you laugh and not weep in consideration of your recalcitrance and sinfulness? 61. Moreover, entertain yourselves with fun and games. 62. Rather, prostrate before God in submission and worship him, so that he may protect you from the dread and suffering of the last hour. Surah 54, Al-Qamar, the moon. In the name of God, the all-merciful, the all-compassionate. 1. The last hour has drawn near, and the moon has split. 2. Whenever they see a miracle, they turn from it in aversion and say, this is sorcery like many others, one after the other. 3. And they have denied prophethood and whatever sign the prophet has shown them, and followed their lusts and fancies. Yet every matter has its appointed time, and so they will come to know the truth. 4. And for certain there have already come to them reports of the hereafter and former peoples, wherein there is ample warning to deter them from their ways. 5. All this which is included in the Qur'an is a consummate wisdom, but warnings do not avail such people. 6. Seeing that they reject your call, withdraw from them. The day will come when the caller will call all the people to something exceptionally terrible.
خش عن أبصارهم يخرجون من الأجداث كأنهم جراد منتشر مهضعين إلى الداع يقول الكافرون هذا يوم عسير كذبت قبلهم قوم نوح فكذبوا عبدنا وقالوا مجنون وازدجر فدعا ربه أني مغلوب فانتصر ففتحنا أبواب السماء بماء منهمر ففجرنا الأرض عيونا فالتقى الماء على أمر قد قدر وحملناه على ذات ألواح ودسر تجري بأعيننا جزاء لمن كان كفر ولقد تركناها آية فهل من مدكر فكيف كان عذابي ونذر ولقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر كذبت عاد فكيف كان عذابي ونذر إنا أرسلنا عليهم ريحا صرصرا في يوم نحس مستمر تنزع الناس كأنهم أعجاز نخل منقعر فكيف كان عذابي ونذر ولقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر كذبت ثمود بالنذر فقالوا أبشرا منا واحدا نتبعه إنا إذا لفي ضلال وسعر ألقي الذكر عليه من بيننا بل هو كذاب أشر سيعلمون غدا من الكذاب الأشر إنا مرسل الناقة فتنة لهم فارتقبهم واصطبر
7. With eyes downcast, they will come forth from their graves, as if they were locusts scattering abroad in confusion. 8. Hastening in obedience toward the caller, the unbelievers will say, "This is a hard day." 9. Before them, the people of Noah denied. They denied our servant and said, "This is a man possessed," and he was rebuked with insolence and prevented from preaching. 10. So he prayed to his Lord, saying, "I have been overcome, so help me." 11. So he opened the gates of the sky with water outpouring. 12. And we caused the earth to gush forth with springs, so the waters of the sky and the earth combined for the fulfillment of a matter already ordained. 13. And we carried him on a construction of wooden planks and nails. 14. Running through the water under our eyes as a reward for one who had wrongfully been rejected with ingratitude. 15. And indeed we left it, the ark, as a sign of the truth. Then is there any that remembers and takes heed? But see how severe was my punishment and how true my warnings. 17. And indeed, by revealing it through human language, we have made the Qur'an easy for remembrance of God and taking heed. Then is there any that remembers and takes heed? 18. The tribe of Ad also denied their messenger. Then see how severe was my punishment and how true my warnings. We sent upon them a furious windstorm through certain time of enduring disaster. 20. Tearing people away as if they were trunks of uprooted palm trees. 21. So see how severe was my punishment and how true my warnings. 22. And indeed, by revealing it through human language, we have made the Quran easy for remembrance of God and for taking heed. Then is there any that remembers and takes heed? 23. The tribe of Thamud also denied all the warnings given to them. They said, "What? A mortal from among us, all alone, shall we follow him?" Then indeed we would be lost in a strange error and madness. 25. Is the remembrance and reminder sent down upon him from among us? No, rather he is a presumptuous liar, one claiming superiority over us. 26. We told their messenger, "Soon they will know who is the presumptuous liar." 27. We will surely send the she-camel as a trial for them in response to their insistence, asking you to show a miracle. So watch them and observe what they do and bear patiently with their misconduct toward you.
ونبئهم أن الماء قسمة بينهم كل شرب محتضر فنادوا صاحبهم فتعاطى فعقر فكيف كان عذابي ونذر إنا أرسلنا عليهم صيحة واحدة فكانوا كهشيم المحتضر ولقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر كذبت قوم لوط بالنذر إنا أرسلنا عليهم حاصبا إلا آل لوط نجيناهم بسحر نعمة من عندنا كذلك نجزي من شكر ولقد أنذرهم بطشتنا فتماروا بالنذر ولقد راودوه عن ضيفه فطمسنا أعينهم فذوقوا عذابي ونذر ولقد صبحهم بكرة عذاب مستقر فذوقوا عذابي ونذر ولقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر ولقد جاء آل فرعون النذر كذبوا بآياتنا كلها فأخذناهم أخذ عزيز مقتدر أكفاركم خير من أولئكم أم لكم براءة في الزبر أم يقولون نحن جميع منتصر سيهزم الجمع ويولون الدبر بل الساعة موعدهم والساعة أدهى وأمر إن المجرمين في ضلال وسعر يوم يسحبون في النار على وجوههم ذوقوا مس سقر إنا كل شيء خلقناه بقدر
28. And inform them that the water is to be shared between her and them. Each sharer will be present by the water when it is their turn to drink. 29. But without observing the turn, they schemed to slaughter the she-camel and called their comrade one of the 9 ringleaders. And so he ventured upon the evil deed and slaughtered her cruelly. 30. And see how severe was my punishment and how true my warnings. 31. We sent upon them a single blast, and they became like dried chippings of shrubs used as cattle fodder. 32. And indeed, by revealing it through human language, we have made the Qur'an easy for remembrance of God and for taking heed. Then is there any that remembers and takes heed? 33. And the people of Lot also denied all the warnings given to them. We sent a hurricane of stones upon them, save for the family of Lot. We saved them by early dawn. 35. As a grace from us, thus do we reward those who give thanks. 36. Lot has indeed forewarned them of our striking down, but they disputed the warnings. 37. They had harassed him with frequent coming and going to abuse his guests, and so he blotted out their eyes. Taste my punishment and the consequence of my warnings. The punishment decreed assuredly overtook them early in the morning. 39. So taste my punishment and the consequences of my warnings. 40. And indeed, by revealing it through human language, we have made the Qur'an easy for remembrance of God and for taking heed. Then is there any that remembers and takes heed? 41. And warnings certainly came also to the clan of the Pharaoh. 42. Who denied all our messages and signs, including the miracles showed to them. And in the end, we seized them after the manner of one all glorious, with the irresistible might, all omnipotent. 43. Now are the unbelievers of yours, O Meccans, better and more powerful than those whose histories we have recounted? Or is there an exception from punishment written for you in the scriptures? 44. Or do they say, we are a host united and invincible? 45. But let them know that the hosts will all be routed, and they will turn their backs and flee. 46. Indeed, the last hour is their appointed time for their complete recompense, and the last hour will be more grievous and more bitter. 47. The disbelieving criminals will be in utter loss, away from paradise and burning in the blazes. 48. On that day, they will be dragged in the fire on their faces. Taste the touch of hell. 49. Surely we have created each and everything by precise measure.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وما أمرنا إلا واحدة كلمح بالبصر ولقد أهلكنا أشياعكم فهل من مدكر وكل شيء فعلوه في الزبر وكل صغير وكبير مستدر إن المتقين في جنات ونهر في مقعد صدق عند مليك مقتدر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان
50. And our commanding is not other than a single command, like the twinkling of an eye. 51. We have destroyed many peoples like you in wrongdoing, some of whose stories we have recounted and some not. Then is there any that will remember and take heed, and so believe in God and follow his religion? 52. And everything that they did exists recorded in their notebook of deeds. 53. Everything small or great is written down. 54. And the God-revering pious ones will be in gardens and by rivers. 55. In the assembly of honor, composed of the loyal and the truthful, in the presence of the one, all omnipotent sovereign. 55. Surah 55. Ar-Rahman. In the name of God, the all-merciful, the all-compassionate. 1. The all-merciful. 2. He has taught us the Qur'an, to humankind and through them the jinn. 3. He has created humans. 4. He has taught him speech. 5. The sun and the moon are by an exact calculation of the all-merciful. 6. And the stars and the trees both prostrate before God in perfect submission to his laws. 7. And the heaven, he has made it high above the earth, and he has set up the balance. 8. So you must not go beyond the limits with respect to the balance. 9. And observe the balance with full equity, and do not fall short in it. 10. And the earth, he has laid it down and furnished for living beings. 11. Therein are fruits of various kinds, and date palms with sheathed clusters. 12. And also corn with leaves and stalk for use as fodder and scented herbs. 13. Then, O humankind and jinn, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 14. He has created human from sounding clay like the potters, and he has created the jinn from a smokeless fusing flame of fire. 16. Then, O humankind and jinn, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny?
رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يسأله من في السماوات والأرض كل يوم هو في شأن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان سنفرغ لكم أيها الثقلان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يا معشر الجن والإنس إن استطعتم أن تنفذوا من أقطار السماوات والأرض فانفذوا لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يرسل عليكما شواظ من نار ونحاس فلا تنتصران فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فإذا انشقت السماء فكانت وردة كالدهان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيومئذ لا يسأل عن ذنبه إنس ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان
17. He is the Lord of the two easts and the Lord of the two wests. 18. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 19. He has let flow forth the two large bodies of water. They meet together. 20. But between them is a barrier, which they do not transgress, and so they do not merge. 21. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 22. There come forth from them pearl and coral. 23. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 24. His are the ships constructed by God's inspiration and running through the sea with sails unfurled, lofty like mountains. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 26. All that is on the earth is perishable, but there remains forever the face of your Lord, the one of majesty and munificence. 28. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 29. All that are in the heavens and on the earth entreat him in their needs. Every moment of every day he is in a new manifestation with all his attributes and names as the divine being. 30. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 31. We will in time settle your affairs, O you two most honorable classes of creatures of the earth, endowed with important faculties and therefore having heavy responsibilities. 32. Then, O humankind and jinn, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 33. O you assembly of jinn and humankind, if you are able to pass through and beyond the spherical regions of the heavens and the earth, then pass through. You will not pass through except with an authority, spiritual or scientific. 34. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 35. There will be sent on you both a flame of fire to burn and a smoke to choke. Then you will not help each other to safety or refuge. 36. Then, O humankind and jinn, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 37. And finally, when the heaven is rent asunder, and it becomes rosy like red hide. 38. Then, O humankind and jinn, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 39. On that day, neither humans nor jinn will be asked about their sins to know whether they are sinful or not. 40. Then, O humankind and jinn, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny?
يعرف المجرمون بسيماهم فيؤخذ بالنواصي والأقدام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان هذه جهنم التي يكذب بها المجرمون يطوفون بينها وبين حميم آن فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ذواتا أفنان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما عينان تجريان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما من كل فاكهة زوجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان متكئين على فرش بطائنها من استبرق وجنى الجنتين دان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن قاصرات الطرف لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كأنهن الياقوت والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان هل جزاء الإحسان إلا الإحسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان ومن دونهما جنتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مدحامتان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهما عينان نضاختان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان
41. The disbelieving criminals will be known by their marks, especially on their faces. And seized by forelocks and the feet. 42. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 43. This is hell, which the disbelieving criminals deny. 44. They will go round between its fire and hot boiling water. 45. Then, O humankind and jinn, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 46. But for him who lives in awe of his Lord, being ever conscious of his seeing him and of the standing before his Lord in the hereafter, there will be 2 gardens. 47. Then, O humankind and jinn, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? Having in them trees with thick spreading branches. 49. Then, O humankind and jinn, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 50. In them both are 2 flowing springs. 51. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 52. In them are all kinds of fruit and pears. 53. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 55. Then which of 54. Reclining upon beds lined with silk brocade, and the fruits of the 2 gardens within reach. 55. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 56. In them are pure, chaste-eyed spouses whose glances are fixed on their spouses only, whom no man or jinn has touched before. 57. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 58. Like rubies and coral they will seem in rare beauty and radiance. 59. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 60. Is the recompense of excellence in obedience to God other than excellence? 61. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 62. And besides these 2, there are yet 2 other gardens. 63. Then humankind and jinn, which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 64. Dark green throughout. 65. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 66. In them both are springs gushing forth. 67. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny?
فيهما فاكهة ونخل ورمان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان فيهن خيرات حسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان حور مقصورات في الخيام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان متكئين على رفرف خضر وعبقري حسان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان تبارك اسم ربك ذي الجلال والإكرام بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا وقعت الواقعة ليس لوقعتها كاذبة خافضة رافعة إذا رجت الأرض رجا وبست الجبال بسا فكانت هباء منبثا وكنتم أزواجا ثلاثة فأصحاب الميمنة ما أصحاب الميمنة وأصحاب المشأمة ما أصحاب المشأمة والسابقون السابقون أولئك المقربون في جنات النعيم ثلة من الأولين وقليل من الآخرين على سرر موضونة متكئين عليها متقابلين
68. In them both are fruits and date palms and pomegranates. 69. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 70. In them both are maidens good in character and beautiful. 71. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 72. Pure maidens assigned for them in secluded pavilions. 73. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 74. Whom no man or jinn has touched before. 75. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 76. The people of those gardens are reclining on green cushions and rich, beautiful mattresses. 77. Then which of the favors of your Lord will you deny? 78. Blessed and supreme is the name of your Lord, the one majesty and munificence. Surat al-Waqi'ah, the event to happen. In the name of God, the all-merciful, the all-compassionate. When the event to happen happens, there is no denying its happening, abasing some and exalting others. 4. When the earth is shaken with a violent shock and the mountains are shattered and crumble. 6. So they become dust scattered. 7. You, all conscious, responsible beings, will be sorted out into 3 groups. 8. Thus the people of the right, the people of happiness and prosperity, who receive their records in their right hands, how happy and prosperous are the people of the right. 9. And the people of the left, the people of wretchedness, who will receive their records in their left hands, how wretched are the people of the left. 10. And the foremost in faith and good deeds and serving God's cause will be the foremost in receiving and enjoying God's mercy. 11. There are the ones near station to God. 12. In gardens abounding in bounty and blessings. 13. A good many of them are from among the first to have embraced God's religion. 14. And a few from the later generations. 15. They will be seated on lined thrones encrusted with gold and precious stones. 16. Reclining upon them, facing one another.
يطوف عليهم ولدان مخلدون بأكواب وأباريق وكأس من معين لا يصدعون عنها ولا ينزفون وفاكهة مما يتخيرون ولحم طير مما يشتهون وحور عين كأمثال اللؤلؤ المكنون جزاء بما كانوا يعملون لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا تأثيما إلا قيلا سلاما سلاما وأصحاب اليمين ما أصحاب اليمين في سدر مخضود وضلح منضود وظل ممدود وماء مسكوب وفاكهة كثيرة لا مقطوعة ولا ممنوعة وفرش مرفوعة إنا أنشأناهن إن شاء فجعلناهن أبكارا عربا أترابا لأصحاب اليمين ثلة من الأولين وثلة من الآخرين وأصحاب الشمال ما أصحاب الشمال في سموم وحميم وظل من يحموم لا بارد ولا كريم إنهم كانوا قبل ذلك مترفين وكانوا يصرون على الحنث العظيم وكانوا يقولون أئذا متنا وكنا ترابا وعظاما أئنا لمبعوثون أو آباؤنا الأولون قل إن الأولين والآخرين لمجموعون إلى ميقات يوم معلوم.
17. There will go round them immortal youths. 18. With goblets and ewers, and a cup from a clear flowing spring. 19. From which no aching of the head ensues, nor intoxication of the mind. 20. And with fruits such as they choose. 21. And with the flesh of fowls such as they desire. 22. And there will be pure maidens, most beautiful of eye. 23. Like pearls kept hidden in their shells. 24. A reward for all the good that they used to do. 25. They will hear there neither vain talk nor accusing speech. 26. Hearing only speech, wishing peace and security after peace and security. 27. And the people of the right, the people of happiness and prosperity, who will receive their records in their right hands, how happy and prosperous are the people of the right. 28. Amidst cherry trees laden with fruit. 29. And banana trees with fruit piled high. 30. And shade long extended. 31. And water gushing and flowing constantly. 32. And fruits of every other kind abounding. 33. Never cut off nor forbidden. 34. And with them will be their spouses, ennobled with the beauty and spiritual perfection. 35. We have brought them into being in a new creation. 36. And we have made them virgins. 37. Full of love for their husbands and equal in age. 38. For the people of the right, the people of happiness and prosperity. 39. A good many of them are from among the first to have embraced God's religion. 40. And a good many are from the later generations. 41. And the people of the left who will be given their records in their left hands. How wretched are the people of the left. 42. In the midst of scorching wind and hot boiling water. 43. And the shadow of black smoke. 44. A shadow neither cooling nor refreshing. 45. Indeed, before that, they were lost in excess of pleasures without moral scruples. 46. And would persist in committing the greatest sin of unbelief or associating partners with God, denying the afterlife. 47. And would say, what, after we have died and become dust and bones, will we be indeed raised from the dead? 48. And also our forefathers of old? 49. Say those of old and those of later times. 50. Will all be brought together at an appointed time on a day well known.
ثم إنكم أيها الضالون المكذبون لآكلون من شجر من زقوم فمالئون منها البطون فشاربون عليه من الحميم فشاربون شرب الهيم هذا نزلهم يوم الدين نحن خلقناكم فلولا تصدقون أفرأيتم ما تمنون أأنتم تخلقونه أم نحن الخالقون نحن قدرنا بينكم الموت وما نحن بمسبوقين على أن نبدل أمثالكم وننشئكم فيما لا تعلمون ولقد علمتم النشأة الأولى فلولا تذكرون أفرأيتم ما تحرثون أأنتم تزرعونه أم نحن الزارعون لو نشاء لجعلناه حطاما فظلتم تفكهون إنا لمغرمون بل نحن محرومون أفرأيتم الماء الذي تشربون أأنتم أنزلتموه من المزن أم نحن المنزلون لو نشاء جعلناه أجاجا فلولا تشكرون أفرأيتم النار التي تورون أأنتم أنشأتم شجرتها أم نحن المنشئون نحن جعلناها تذكرة ومتاعا للمقوين فسبح باسم ربك العظيم فلا أقسم بمواقع النجوم وإنه لقسم لو تعلمون عظيم.
Then, O you have strayed from the straight path, who deny the afterlife. 52. You will surely eat of the tree of Zakkum. 53. And you fill up your bellies with it. 54. Thereafter you will drink of hot boiling water. 55. You will drink as the camel raging with thirst drinks. 56. This will be their welcome on the day of judgment. 57. It is we who have created you. So will you not confirm as truth that we convey to you as truth? 58. Have you considered the semen that you emit? 59. Is it you who create it, or are we the creator? 60. It is also we who decreed death among you, and we cannot be overcome. 61. So that we may replace you with new generations like you, and bring you about in a new mode and form of existence you do not know. 62. For certain, you know the first creation and how you are brought into the world, then should you not reflect on and anticipate the second creation? 63. Have you ever considered the seed you sow in the ground? 64. Is it you who cause it to grow, or is it we who make it grow? 65. If we so willed, we would surely make it into chaff, and then you would not cease to exclaim. 66. We are indeed in a great loss with our money, time, and efforts gone to waste. Rather, we are left utterly deprived of our livelihood. 68. Have you ever considered the water that you drink? 69. Is it you who sent it down from the cloud, or is it we who sent it down? 70. If we so willed, we would make it bitter and salty. Then should you not give thanks? 71. Have you ever considered the fire that you kindle? 72. Is it you who bring the fire to the tree for it, or is it we who bring it into being? 73. We have made it something for reflection on our handiwork and our grace in making the creation useful and beautiful, and a comfort especially for the dwellers and wayfarers in the desert. 74. Therefore, glorify the name of your Lord, the Supreme, declaring his being absolutely above having any defects and partners. 75. I swear by the locations of the stars, and their falling. 76. It is indeed a very great oath, if you but knew.
إنه لقرآن كريم في كتاب مكنون لا يمسه إلا المطهرون تنزيل من رب العالمين أفبهذا الحديث أنتم مدهنون وتجعلون رزقكم أنكم تكذبون فلولا إذا بلغت الحلقوم وأنتم حينئذ تنظرون ونحن أقرب إليه منكم ولكن لا تبصرون فلولا إن كنتم غير مدينين ترجعونها إن كنتم صادقين فأما إن كان من المقربين فروح وريحان وجنة نعيم وأما إن كان من أصحاب اليمين فسلام لك من أصحاب اليمين وأما إن كان من المكذبين الضالين فنزل من حميم وتصلية جحيم إن هذا لهو حق اليقين فسبح باسم ربك العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح لله ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم له ملك السماوات والأرض يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم.
Okay, brothers and sisters, from now on, we are thinking not to read English verse numbers, but just the beginning of verse number on that page. And when English recitation for that page ends, our English reciters will say, end of the page. First, verse number in the beginning of the page, and at the end of the page, they will say, end of the page. This is for English reciters. Thank you.
77. Most certainly it is a Qur'an recited most honorable, in a book well guarded. None except the purified ones can reach it to obtain the knowledge it contains, and none except those cleansed of material and spiritual impurities should touch it. It is a book being sent down in parts from the Lord of the worlds. 81. Is it this discourse that you hold in low esteem? And do you make your share of it, denying it? Then how is it you do not, when the soul comes up to the throat of a dying human, while you are looking on and while we are nearer to him, the dying human, than you are, but you do not see that? Then how is it you do not, if you are not bound to us in dependence, subject to our will? 80, how is it that you do not restore the soul of that dying human if you are truthful in your claim? Now if he, that dying human, is of those near station to God, then there is for him comfort and eternal relief from all kinds of hardships and pains, and abundance and a garden of bounty and blessings and blessing. If he is of the people of the right, the people of happiness and prosperity, who will receive their records in their right hands, then peace be upon you will be what you always will always hear from the people of the right. But if he is one of those who denied our message and our messengers, who strayed from the straight path, then his entertainment is boiling water and roasting in a blazing flame. Surely this Qur'an is certain truth. So glorify the name of your Lord, the Supreme, affirming that he is exalted above any falsehood. End of page.
والذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش يعلم ما يلج في الأرض وما يخرج منها وما ينزل من السماء وما يعرج فيها وهو معكم أينما كنتم والله بما تعملون بصير له ملك السماوات والأرض وإلى الله ترجع الأمور يولج الليل في النهار ويولج النهار في الليل وهو عليم بذات الصدور آمنوا بالله ورسوله وأنفقوا مما جعلكم مستخلفين فيه فالذين آمنوا منكم وأنفقوا لهم أجر كبير وما لكم لا تؤمنون بالله والرسول يدعوكم لتؤمنوا بربكم وقد أخذ ميثاقكم إن كنتم مؤمنين هو الذي ينزل على عبده آيات بينات ليخرجكم من الظلمات إلى النور وإن الله بكم لرؤوف رحيم وما لكم ألا تنفقوا في سبيل الله ولله ميراث السماوات والأرض لا يستوي منكم من أنفق من قبل الفتح وقاتل أولئك أعظم درجة من الذين أنفقوا من بعد وقاتلوا وكلا وعد الله الحسنى والله بما تعملون خبير من ذا الذي يقرض الله قرضا حسنا فيضاعفه له وله أجر كريم.
Surah 57, Al-Hadid, iron. In the name of God, the All-Merciful, the All-Compassionate. 1. Whatever is in the heavens and the earth glorifies God, and He is the All-Glorious, with irresistible might, the All-Wise. 2. To Him belongs the sovereignty of the heavens and the earth. He gives life and causes to die. He has full power over everything. 3. He is the first, the last, the all-outward and the all-inward. He has full knowledge of everything. 4. He it is who has created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. Then He established Himself on the throne. He knows whatever goes into the earth, such as rain and seeds, and whatever comes forth out of it, such as moisture, plant, and animal life forms, and whatever descends from the heaven, such as rain, light, and angels, and whatever ascends unto it, such as vapor and supplications. And He is with you wherever you may be, and God sees well all that you do. To Him belongs the sovereignty, the absolute ownership and dominion of the heavens and the earth. To God are all matters ultimately referred, and whatever He wills occurs. He makes the night pass into the day, and He makes the day pass into the night, and so makes each growing longer or shorter, and He has full knowledge of whatever lies hidden in the bosoms. 7. Believe in God and His messenger, and spend in God's cause out of all that He has entrusted to you. Those among you who believe and spend in God's cause, for them there is a great reward. 8. What is the matter with you that you do not believe in God, as His being God requires, when the messenger calls you to believe in your Lord, who has created and sustains you, and He has indeed taken your pledge if you are truly believers? He it is who sends down to His servant revelations as clear as evidence and in meaning, in order to lead you out of all kinds of darkness into the light. Surely God is all pitying, all compassionate toward you. 10. What is the matter with you that you do not spend in God's cause when God is the inheritance of the heavens and the earth? Not equal among you are those who spend before the victory comes and fight for God's sake, and those who do not. They are greater in rank than those who spend after the victory comes and fight later. However, to all God has promised what is the best, paradise. God is fully aware of all that you do. Whoever lends God a full goodly loan, God will increase it manifold to His credit, and He will have an honorable, generous reward in addition. End of page.
يوم ترى المؤمنين والمؤمنات يسعى نورهم بين أيديهم وبأيمانهم بشراكم اليوم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها ذلك هو الفوز العظيم يوم يقول المنافقون والمنافقات للذين آمنوا انظرونا نقتبس من نوركم قيل ارجعوا وراءكم فالتمسوا نورا فضرب بينهم بسور له باب باطنه فيه الرحمة وظاهره من قبله العذاب ينادونهم ألم نكن معكم قالوا بلى ولكنكم فتنتم أنفسكم وتربصتم وارتبتم وورتكم الأماني حتى جاء أمر الله وورتكم بالله الغرور فاليوم لا يؤخذ منكم فدية ولا من الذين كفروا مأواكم النار هي مولاكم وبئس المصير ألم يأن للذين آمنوا أن تخشع قلوبهم لذكر الله وما نزل من الحق ولا يكونوا كالذين أوتوا الكتاب من قبل فطال عليهم الأمد فقست قلوبهم وكثير منهم فاسقون اعلموا أن الله يحيي الأرض بعد موتها قد بينا لكم الآيات لعلكم تعقلون إن المصدقين والمصدقات وأقرضوا الله قرضا حسنا يضاعف لهم ولهم أجر كريم.
Verse 12. On that day you will see the believing men and the believing women led swiftly toward paradise, with their light shining forth before them and on their right hands. Glad tidings for you today, gardens through which rivers flow, into which you will enter to abide therein. This is indeed the supreme triumph. On that day, the hypocritical men and hypocritical women will say to those who believe, "Wait for us, that we may have some light from your light." It will be said, "Turn back, if you can, to the world where such light was to be obtained, and seek light through your deeds you did there." Just then a wall of separation will be put between them, with a gate therein, through which the hypocrites, so as to increase their regret, will observe the state of the believers. The inner side of the wall, which will separate the believers from the hypocrites, there will be in it the mercy of eternal happiness, and outside it there will be the punishment of eternal doom. 14. They, the hypocrites, will call out to the believers, "Were we not with you in the world?" They will reply, "True, but you willfully put yourselves in the way of temptation and hesitated and doubted, waiting on events to choose which side to be on, and not assuming yourselves to stand by the truth of Islam, and false expectations that God's religion would one day be defeated, deluded you, until God's decree of death came to you. And the deluder, Satan, deluded you with wrong conceptions about God. And this day no ransom will be taken from you, nor from those who disbelieved. Your final refuge is the fire. That is your harbor suited to you. How evil a destination to arrive at. Has not the time yet come for those who believe that their hearts should be softened with humility and submit to God to strive in his cause in the face of God's remembrance, the Qur'an, and what has come down of the truth, the divine teachings? And has not the time yet come that they should not be like those who were given the book before? A long time has passed over them after they received the book, and so their hearts have hardened, and many among them have been transgressors. 17. Know that God revives the earth after its death, and he may revive the decaying hearts in the same way. We have indeed made clear the signs and revelations to enable such revival, and that you may reason and understand. 18. Those men and women who give alms by spending out of their wealth in both the prescribed and supererogatory duties of almsgiving, and lend to God a goodly loan by spending either in his cause or for the needy, it will be increased manifold to their credit, and they will have an honorable, generous reward in addition. End of page.
والذين آمنوا بالله ورسله أولئك هم الصديقون والشهداء عند ربهم لهم أجرهم ونورهم والذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا أولئك أصحاب الجحيم اعلموا أنما الحياة الدنيا لعب ولهو وزينة وتفاخر بينكم وتكاثر في الأموال والأولاد كمثل غيث أعجب الكفار نباته ثم يهيج فتراه مصفرا ثم يكون حطاما وفي الآخرة عذاب شديد ومغفرة من الله ورضوان وما الحياة الدنيا إلا متاع الغرور سابقوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وجنة أرضها كأرض السماء والأرض أعدت للذين آمنوا بالله ورسله ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم ما أصاب من مصيبة في الأرض ولا في أنفسكم إلا في كتاب من قبل أن نبرأها إن ذلك على الله يسير لكي لا تأسوا على ما فاتكم ولا تفرحوا بما آتاكم والله لا يحب كل مختال فخور الذين يبخلون ويأمرون الناس بالبخل ومن يتول فإن الله هو الغني الحميد
19. Those who believe in God and his messengers, those whose actions prove the profession of faith, they are in the sight of their Lord, the loyal and truthful to God in whatever they do and say, and the witnesses who have borne testimony to the truth with their lives, they have their particular reward and their particular light. But those who disbelieve and deny our manifest signs and revelations, they will be companions of the blazing flame. 20. Know that the present worldly life is but a play, vain talk and ostentation, and mutual boasting among you, and competing in wealth and children. It is like when rain comes down and the vegetation grown by it pleases the farmers, but then it dries up and you see it turn yellow, and then it becomes straw. And in the hereafter, there is a severe punishment. But also there is forgiveness from God and his good pleasure, which are everlasting, whereas the present worldly life is but a transient enjoyment of delusion. 21. And rather than competing for the things of this world, race with one another to forgiveness from your Lord, and to a garden, the vastness of which is as the vastness of heaven and earth, prepared for those who truly believe in God and his messengers. That is God's bounty, which he grants to whom he wills. God is of tremendous bounty. No affliction occurs on the earth, such as droughts, famines, or earthquakes, or in your own persons, such as diseases, damages to your property, or loss of loved ones. But it is recorded in a book before we bring it into existence. Doing so is surely easy for God. 23. So that you may not grieve for what has escaped you, nor exult because of what God has granted you. God does not love anyone proud and boastful. Those who act niggardly in spending of what God has granted them and urge others to be niggardly, Whoever turns away from carrying out God's command to spend in his cause and for the needy, then surely God is all wealthy and self-sufficient, absolutely independent of all his creatures, all praiseworthy as your Lord, who provides for you and the needs of all other beings. End of page.
لقد أرسلنا رسلنا بالبينات وأنزلنا معهم الكتاب والميزان ليقوم الناس بالقسط وأنزلنا الحديد فيه بأس شديد ومنافع للناس وليعلم الله من ينصره ورسله بالغيب إن الله قوي عزيز ولقد أرسلنا نوحا وإبراهيم وجعلنا في ذريتهما النبوة والكتاب فمنهم مهتد وكثير منهم فاسقون ثم قفينا على آثارهم برسلنا وقفينا بعيسى بن مريم وآتيناه الإنجيل وجعلنا في قلوب الذين اتبعوه رأفة ورحمة ورهبانية ابتدعوها ما كتبناها عليهم إلا ابتغاء رضوان الله فما رعوها حق رعايتها فآتينا الذين آمنوا منهم أجرهم وكثير منهم فاسقون يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وآمنوا برسوله يؤتكم كفلين من رحمته ويجعل لكم نورا تمشون به ويغفر لكم والله غفور رحيم لئلا يعلم أهل الكتاب ألا يقدرون على شيء من فضل الله وأن الفضل بيد الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم صدق الله العظيم.
"25. Assuredly, we have sent our messengers with manifest truths and clear proofs of their being messengers. And we have sent down with them the book and the balance, so that relations among humankind may live by equity. And we have sent down iron, in which is stern might and benefits for humankind, so that God may mark out those who help the cause of God and his messengers, though they do not see him. Surely God is all strong, all glorious, with irresistible might." 26. We certainly sent as messengers Noah and Abraham, and established in their line prophethood in the book. Among their offspring, there have been those who have followed the right guidance, but many among them have been transgressors. 27. Thereafter we sent, following in their footsteps, others of our messengers, and we sent Jesus, son of Mary, and granted him the gospel, and placed in the hearts of those who followed him tenderness and mercy. And monasticism, they innovated it. We did not prescribe it to them, only to seek God's good pleasure, but they have not observed it as its observance requires. So we have granted those among them who have truly believed their reward, but many among them have been transgressors. 28. O you who believe, keep from disobedience to God in reverence to him and piety, and truly believe in his messenger, Muhammad. He will grant you twofold of his mercy, one for your believing in all the previous prophets and one for the last prophet. And he will appoint for you a light to move on the straight path in this world, leading to paradise in the hereafter, and he will forgive you. God is all forgiving, all compassionate. 29. This is told you so that the people of the book should know that they cannot determine or restrict anything of God's grace, and neither they nor Muslim believers will be able to attain anything of it unless they believe in Muhammad together with all the previous prophets, and that all grace is in God's hand. He grants it to whom he wills. God is of tremendous grace. Sadaqallahu al-Azim.